Have you ever looked at a man and wondered what it actually takes to break through his tough exterior and make his heart completely melt for you? We often believe that to make a man fall deeply in love, or to make him obsessed with us, we need to perform these grand cinematic gestures. We think we need to be perfect, dress a certain way, or bend over backwards to show him how much we care. But what if I told you that the things that truly make a man weak in the knees are so simple and so subtle that you are probably overlooking them right now? Welcome back, my beautiful ladies. Today we are talking about the profound, incredibly powerful things you can do to make a guy's heart melt immediately. And when I say melt, I do not mean just a fleeting moment of sweetness. I mean creating a deep emotional anchor inside of him where he looks at you and realizes he never wants to let you go. You see, as women, we naturally operate from a place of nurturing. When we love someone, we want to shower them with affection. We text them. We plan dates. We try to fix their problems. We push forward. But in the world of men and male psychology, pushing forward often feels like pressure. The secret to making his heart melt does not lie in how much you do for him. It lies entirely in how you make him feel when he is around you. Men live in a highly competitive, exhausting world. Every day they wake up feeling the pressure to perform, to provide, to be strong, and to constantly prove themselves. When a man is looking for a partner, he is not looking for another boss. He is not looking for a life coach or a second mother. He is looking for a sanctuary. He is looking for that one woman who makes all the heavy burdens of the world disappear the moment he walks through the door. So the very first thing you can do to make his heart melt is to master the art of genuine, unprompted appreciation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might say, "Priscilla, I already say thank you when he takes out the trash." But that is not the kind of appreciation I am talking about. Men have a deep psychological need to feel competent and admired. It is woven into their DNA. While women often need to feel cherished, and herd men desperately need to feel respected and capable. When you look at him, and specifically acknowledge something about his character, or his effort, you bypass his logical brain and hit him straight in the heart. Imagine he is driving you somewhere, and instead of just sitting there looking at your phone, you softly touch his arm and say, "You know, I always feel so incredibly safe when I'm with you." Or maybe he fixes something around the house, or simply opens a jar for you. Instead of a quick thanks, look him dead in the eyes, give him a warm smile and tell him, "I love how strong you are," or "I am so lucky to have a man who takes such good care of me." These might sound like small passing comments to you, but to a man they are absolute gold. You are speaking his fundamental love language. You are telling him that he is succeeding at his ultimate goal, which is being a good man for you. When a man feels like he is winning with you, his entire demeanor softens. His heart melts because you are giving him the one thing he craves more than anything else, which is validation of his manhood from the woman he adores. But giving appreciation only works if you do it from a place of relaxed feminine energy. And this brings us to the second incredibly powerful way to melt his heart. You must learn to soften your physical presence and be his peace. Let us be honest, ladies, many of us operate in our masculine energy all day long. We are solving problems at work, we are managing households, we are making decisions left and right. We are stressed and rigid, and when we bring that same tough armored energy into our interactions with a man, it creates friction. Two masculine energies will always clash. If you want to melt his heart, you have to consciously choose to take off your armor when you are with him. Softening your physical presence means unclenching your jaw, dropping your shoulders, and allowing your voice to take on a warmer, slower tone. It is about the way you look at him. Have you ever noticed how a man reacts when you give him a gentle, lingering look? Not a demanding stare, but a soft, admiring gaze. When you catch his eye from across the room and give him a slow, genuine smile without saying a single word, it literally stops him in his tracks. It is intoxicating for him. It shows him that you are comfortable in your own skin and happy in his presence. Think about the contrast. The world is loud, demanding, and hard. You are soft, inviting, and peaceful. When he wraps his arms around you, and you physically melt into his embrace, instead of standing completely rigid, You are communicating trust. You are letting him lead. You are showing him that you feel secure enough to let go of control. There is nothing that triggers a man's protective, loving instincts more than a woman who completely surrenders into his arms. He feels your softness, and his heart simply cannot help but open up to you. It is in these quiet, gentle moments that he starts to realize you are completely different from any other woman he has ever met. But being his peace does not mean being a doormat. It does not mean you never have boundaries or that you agree with everything he says. Actually, a woman who commands respect while maintaining her softness is the most highly prized woman a man can find. It is the combination of knowing your own immense worth while still choosing to be sweet and inviting that drives him absolutely crazy in the best way possible. You become a mystery. He wants to solve a treasure. He wants to protect. Let us dive a little deeper into this concept of being his peace, because it is so vital. When a man makes a mistake, or when things do not go according to plan, what is your first reaction? Do you criticize him? Do you jump in to fix it for him? Or do you take a deep breath and tell him that you trust him to figure it out? One of the quickest ways to freeze a man's heart is to make him feel incompetent. But the absolute fastest way to melt his heart is to stand by him quietly and show unwavering faith in his abilities. When he sees that you are not going to attack him when he is vulnerable, he will start to share more of himself with you. He will let down his own walls. This is where the magic truly happens. You see, you cannot force a man to be emotionally open by demanding that he talk about his feelings. That is pushing. That is masculine energy. Instead, you create a warm, inviting space where he feels totally unjudged and completely safe. You do this through your gentle touch, your reassuring words, and your calm demeanor. When you become his safe haven, he will naturally gravitate toward you. He will start thinking about you during his stressful workday, because his brain will associate you with comfort and relief. He will miss you the moment he leaves your side. We have covered the power of deep, genuine appreciation and the magnetic pull of softening your presence to become his ultimate peace. These are foundational elements that shift the dynamic from you chasing him to him, naturally wanting to pull you closer. But there is so much more to this puzzle. The way you communicate your boundaries, the specific playful habits that keep him on his toes, and the exact mindset you need to adopt to become completely unforgettable are crucial next steps. We just talked about how being his peace and showing genuine appreciation are the foundations of melting a man's heart. But here is the undeniable truth. Sweetness without boundaries is just a recipe for being taken for granted. If you want a man to truly value you, to look at you and feel that deep, overwhelming urge to keep you forever, you cannot just be soft. You also have to be strong in your own worth. You have to master the delicate dance of stepping back. One of the biggest mistakes we make as loving, caring women is making a man the absolute center of our universe the moment we start developing feelings for him. We cancel our plans, we sit by the phone waiting for his text, and we stop investing in our own joy. We think we are showing him how much we love him. But in male psychology, making yourself entirely available actually lowers your perceived value. Men are wired to appreciate what they have to work for. I am not telling you to play silly mind games. I am telling you to build a life that is so vibrant and so full of your own passions that you simply do not have the time to obsess over his every move. When a man senses that you are happy and fulfilled with or without him, it does something magical to his brain. It shifts him out of the driver's seat and makes him realize he has to step up if he wants to be a part of your amazing life. This is what I call stepping into your true magnetic power. And by the way, if you are truly ready to dive deeper into these concepts and completely transform the way men respond to you, I am currently putting the finishing touches on an exclusive ebook. It is going to be packed with the exact step-by-step methods to awaken your irresistible feminine energy and attract the love you actually deserve. Make sure you are subscribed and engaged with the channel so you do not miss it when it drops, because it is going to change everything for you. Now let us talk about what happens when you create that space. When you are busy living your life, going to your classes, seeing your friends, and nurturing your own soul, you naturally stop initiating contact all the time. You stop sending that good morning text, just to make sure he is thinking about you. You stop trying to control the connection, and what happens when you stop pushing? He finally has the room to step forward. He finally has the opportunity to wonder what you are doing, who you are with, and why you have not reached out. That curiosity is the breeding ground for desire. Think about a time when a man pulled away or got a little distant. Your immediate feminine instinct was probably panic. You probably wanted to text him, ask him what is wrong, or try to fix the invisible problem. But when you react with anxiety, you are operating from fear. A woman who truly melts a man's heart operates from quiet confidence. When he takes a step back, she does not chase him. She simply stays exactly where she is, warm open and completely unbothered. She knows her worth is not tied to his temporary mood. When he eventually comes back around, and he almost always does, he expects you to be angry or needy. Instead, he finds you happy, relaxed, and thriving. That contrast is mind-blowing to a man. It commands immediate, profound respect. And remember, ladies, a man cannot deeply fall in love with a woman he does not fundamentally respect. This quiet confidence also translates into how you handle disagreements. We all have moments where we feel frustrated or let down, but a high-value woman communicates her boundaries without destroying his ego. Instead of saying "you never take me out anymore," which makes him defensive, you simply express your standard. You say, "I love it when we go out and spend quality time together. It makes me feel so connected to you." You are rewarding the behavior you want, rather than punishing the behavior you do not want. You are staying in your feminine power. You are inspiring him to be better, rather than nagging him into submission. When a man feels inspired by you, rather than controlled by you, his heart completely opens up. Another incredibly powerful way to make his heart melt is to cultivate a sense of mystery. As women, we love to connect through sharing. We want to tell him about our day, our past, our fears, and our dreams, all at once. But when you lay all your cards on the table too soon, there is nothing left for him to discover. You want him to feel like peeling an onion layer by fascinating layer. Let him ask the questions. Let him work a little bit to uncover the beautiful, complex woman that you are. Do not reveal every single detail of your life, simply because there is a silence in the conversation. Learn to sit comfortably in the silence. Let him be the one to fill it. When you combine this mystery with the softness we talked about earlier, you become an absolute enigma to him. You are the woman who is incredibly loving and warm, yet utterly independent and slightly out of reach. You are the safe haven he can always come home to. But you are also the prize he constantly feels driven to win, over and over again. This dynamic is the ultimate recipe for a long-term, passionate obsession. He will look at you and realize that he could search the entire world and never find another woman who makes him feel the way you do. Imagine the freedom of knowing that you do not have to force a man to love you. Imagine waking up every single day feeling completely secure in your own skin, knowing that your mere presence is enough to captivate him. This is not about playing a character. This is about stripping away the anxiety and the desperate need for validation that society has pushed onto us. It is about returning to your natural radiant state. When a man looks at a woman who is completely grounded in her own self-worth, he does not just see a partner. He sees a queen. He sees a woman who can handle the storms of life with grace. And that is exactly the kind of woman a man wants to stand beside and protect with all his heart. We have completely reshaped how you respond to him and how you handle your own energy. But to truly solidify your place in his heart, you need to understand the psychological triggers that make a man want to commit his future to you. It is about becoming completely irreplaceable. We have talked about how mastering your own energy and setting graceful boundaries are the ultimate foundations of melting a man's heart. Now we have to talk about what actually makes a man decide that you are the only woman he ever wants to wake up next to. What is the deep psychological trigger that turns casual attraction into a lifelong, unshakable commitment? It comes down to one profoundly powerful concept, which is making him feel truly seen. We live in a society that constantly tells men they are only as good as what they provide, what they achieve, or how strong they appear. Most men go through their entire lives feeling like they have to wear a heavy mask. They feel they have to be the stoic one, the guy who has it all together, the one who never breaks a sweat. But underneath that thick armor, every single man is just a human being who desperately wants someone to understand the weight he carries. When you become the woman who can look past his achievements, his paycheck, or his tough exterior, and actually see the core of who he is, you become absolutely irreplaceable in his life. But how do you actually do that without acting like his therapist or his mother? It starts with how you listen. Most people in this world do not listen to understand, they listen to reply. When a man is talking to you, especially if he is opening up about a challenge he is facing, your first feminine instinct is probably to offer advice or assure him that everything is going to be fine. We want to nurture and fix. But true emotional intimacy is actually built in the spaces where you say nothing at all. When he shares a frustration with you, simply hold the space for him. Look him deeply in the eyes and say something simple like, "That sounds incredibly heavy," or "I completely understand why you feel that way." Do you know how incredibly rare it is for a man to hear that his feelings make sense without someone immediately trying to fix his problem? When you validate his experience without treating him like a child who needs guidance, his heart absolutely melts. He starts to view you as his ultimate confidant. He will naturally seek you out when the world gets too loud, because you are the only person who does not add to his mental noise. At this stage in life, this is incredibly vital. As women in our 40s, 50s and beyond, we have built entire lives, careers, and families. We have history and we have scars. The men you are dating have done the same. They come with their own set of past relationships that may have left them weary or guarded. When you approach a man with a fresh, clean slate of energy, without punishing him for the mistakes of the men who came before him, you offer him an absolute oasis. You show him that love does not have to be a battlefield anymore. It can just be simple, peaceful, and beautiful. Another crucial element of becoming his irreplaceable queen is allowing him to lead the progression of the relationship. I know this is a tough pill to swallow for many of us because we are planners by nature. We want to know exactly where things are going. We want the title, the guarantee, the security. But when you try to force a man into a strict commitment timeline, you immediately trigger his fight or flight response. You push him away because commitment suddenly feels like a heavy obligation rather than a joyful choice. A masculine man wants to feel like he won you over and chose to lock you down all on his own. If you are doing all the heavy lifting, asking where the relationship is headed, or bringing up the future constantly, you are robbing him of the opportunity to step up and claim you. To melt his heart and make him obsess over you, you have to cultivate the absolute patience of a high-value woman. You show up, you bring your beautiful, warm energy, you enjoy your time together, and then you go right back to your amazing life. You always leave him wanting just a little bit more. When you are not constantly pressuring him for a status update, he starts to realize entirely on his own that his life is infinitely better with you in it. He will be the one bringing up the future, because he will be terrified of losing a woman who is so incredibly secure in herself. Let us also talk about the incredible power of shared vulnerability. While you are beautifully holding space for him, you also need to allow him to hold space for you. But there is a right way and a wrong way to be vulnerable with a man. The wrong way is treating him like an emotional dumping ground when you are having a bad day or complaining endlessly. The right way is letting him see your authentic, softer side. If you are having a tough week, instead of snapping at him or pulling away coldly, just tell him the simple truth. Say, "I am feeling a little overwhelmed today, and I just really need a hug." Men possess a deep biological drive to be your hero. They want to fix things for you when they can. By telling him exactly what you need, a simple warm hug, you are giving him a direct roadmap to win with you. When he wraps his arms around you, and you let out a deep sigh of relief, he feels like Superman. You are melting his heart by simply allowing him to be the strong, masculine presence you crave. It is all about creating a unique private world that belongs only to the two of you. Inside jokes, shared glances across a crowded room, little routines you only do with each other. These are the invisible golden threads that tie his heart directly to yours. When he is at work, and someone uses a word that happens to be an inside joke between the two of you, he will instantly smile and think of you. You want to weave yourself into the very fabric of his daily life, not by blowing up his phone with text messages, but by creating deeply memorable, high-quality moments when you are physically together. You are becoming a master of your own emotional state. You are not relying on him to regulate your happiness. And because you are so whole and complete on your own, your love feels like a magnificent gift to him, rather than an exhausting demand. He does not feel drained by you. He feels deeply energized by you. He looks at you and sees a rare gem of a woman who understands the delicate balance of freedom and connection. We are now approaching the absolute pinnacle of this journey. We have covered the foundations, your boundaries, the psychology of deep connection, and the art of holding space. But there is a final layer to this, the ultimate mindset shift that will guarantee he never wants to let you go, and the daily practices that keep this magnetic feminine energy alive forever. We have finally arrived at the fourth and absolutely most crucial piece of this entire journey. You now know how to deeply appreciate his efforts. You know how to be his ultimate peace. And you understand the profound psychology of holding space for his emotions, so he feels truly seen. But I need you to listen to me very closely right now. All of these beautifully feminine actions will fall completely flat if you do not master this final ultimate mindset shift. This is the exact piece that separates women who constantly struggle in love from the women who effortlessly keep a man wildly devoted for a lifetime. This final piece is the practice of radical emotional detachment. Now, I know the word detachment sounds cold or clinical, but in the realm of feminine energy and deep attraction, it is actually the most loving thing you can possibly do for yourself and for your relationship. Detachment does not mean you do not care about him. It does not mean you are aloof or playing hard to get. Radical detachment simply means you are no longer desperately attached to the outcome of his actions for your own emotional survival. Let us be completely honest with ourselves. As women, especially as we navigate our 40s, 50s and beyond, we have survived so much. We have built lives, we have raised families, we have overcome heartbreak, and we have learned how to be incredibly strong. Yet when we meet a man who makes our heart flutter, we suddenly hand over the keys to our happiness. If he texts, we are thrilled. If he gets quiet, we are devastated. We grip the relationship so tightly because we are terrified of losing the connection. But here is the absolute truth about male psychology. When a man feels your desperate grip on the relationship, his natural instinct is to pull away. It feels suffocating to his masculine spirit. He feels like he is responsible for your entire emotional well-being, and that is a terrifying, heavy burden for a man to carry. But when you love him freely with an open hand, everything changes. When he knows that the door is wide open for him to leave at any time, yet he sees you standing there radiant, happy, and completely grounded in your own life, he feels an overwhelming magnetic pull to stay. He chooses to build his nest right there in your open hands because you are not trapping him. You are simply inviting him to experience your joy. This is the ultimate power move of a truly high-value woman. You must deeply understand that a man's behavior is often a direct mirror of how you treat yourself. If you constantly abandon your own needs, cancel your plans, and bend over backwards just to please him, you are silently teaching him that you are not very valuable. You are showing him that he does not have to work hard to keep you. But if you treat yourself like absolute royalty, if you fiercely protect your time, your peace, and your heart, he will inevitably step up and treat you like a queen. He will look at you and realize that he is in the presence of a woman who demands respect simply by existing. This complete transformation of your mindset is exactly what I am mapping out for you right now. I am currently pouring my heart, soul, and years of expertise into an exclusive ebook that is entirely dedicated to helping you awaken your most irresistible magnetic feminine power. It is going to give you the exact daily practices, the communication scripts, and the deep emotional healing tools you need to stop chasing love and start effortlessly attracting it. It is still in development, but it is going to absolutely change the way you experience relationships forever. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment below, sharing your biggest takeaway from this video so you are deeply engaged with our community, and you will be the very first to know the exact moment this ebook is released. You are not going to want to miss it. Now, how do you actually practice this detachment and keep his heart melted every single day? It becomes a lifestyle. When you wake up in the morning, your first thought should never be about him, or whether he has texted you yet. Your first thought must be about you. How can you make your own day beautiful? When you shift your primary focus back to your own joy, you stop constantly monitoring his behavior. You give him the incredible gift of missing you. Imagine the immense relief a man feels when he realizes he does not have to constantly validate you because you validate yourself. He looks at you moving through the world with such grace and quiet confidence, and he is completely mesmerized. He realizes that you are a rare, mature, wise woman who has done her inner work. You are not a naive girl playing games. You are a grounded, powerful woman who knows exactly what she brings to the table and is never afraid to eat alone. When you embody this energy, you never have to force a relationship. You never have to beg for his time or attention. If he wants to be with you, he will move mountains to make it happen. And if he does not step up, you will not crumble because your world is already so rich and fulfilling without him. That lack of fear is the most intoxicating thing a man can ever experience in a woman. It makes his heart melt immediately because he finally feels safe to fall completely in love without the pressure of having to rescue you. Let us bring all of these powerful secrets together. Making a man's heart melt is not about grand cinematic gestures or exhausting yourself trying to prove your worth. It is profoundly simple. It is about looking at him with deep, genuine appreciation and validating his efforts. It is about consciously softening your body, taking off your masculine armor, and becoming his ultimate peaceful sanctuary in a chaotic world. It is about communicating your boundaries with grace, so he deeply respects you. It is about holding a safe, quiet space for his emotions, so he feels truly seen and understood. And finally, it is about releasing your anxious grip, leaning back into your beautiful life, and letting him choose you every single day. You are a deeply powerful, beautiful woman with so much incredible love to give. It is time to stop giving it away for free to men who do not earn it. And it is time to stop exhausting yourself by chasing. Step back. Soften. Breathe deeply. Reclaim your crown and watch how incredibly fast the right man steps up to claim your heart. Thank you so much for being here with me, my beautiful ladies. Do not forget to subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for the upcoming ebook that will take all of this to the next level. I will see you in the next video. Keep shining and stay powerful.